Hey, and welcome back to another Twin Flames live talk show. I'm your host, Jeff. Today we got special guests, Twin Flames in harmonious union, Colby and Keely Lang. They're married. They're in harmonious union. They have got it going on. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Good.
Glad to be
Oh, I'm
here.
so happy to have you here today. And if you don't know, these are also the CEOs of Twin Flames Universe. And in addition to that, they were our very first harmonious union. And so they're harmonious. Shaleia and I are first, so we're harmonious union number one. Keely and Colby, harmonious union number two, came into harmonious union in Twin Flame Ascension School.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Good.
right.
So how's your relationship going today, married couple?
It's good.
Good.
Yeah. It's getting
Well, nice.
better and better.
Getting better and better. So he's not running away from you?
Nope.
How did you achieve that, Keely? You got a little ball and chain. Let me see your ankle, Colby. Is there a ball and chain on that thing? No, don't show me your ankle. You don't have. No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
No.
I know. It's a joke. No ball and chain there.
No ball and chain. Nope.
How did you get the divine
No.
masculine to stop running, Keely?
I just loved myself and gave myself what I needed.
Yeah, but what kind of tricks did you use to get him to come around? You got to use some sort of bait, right?
No. Nope.
The love and just herself was all I needed to be totally convinced.
So she made you cookies every day. That's the thing. Gotta
That
figure
nice
out that
makeup
recipe.
on.
So you made yourself really gorgeous, and that's why. It was your beauty that attracted him, and maybe some cookies.
No.
No, what are you bargaining for here to keep him around? Because so many other people, Keely, you must know, their twin flames running away. How come yours is here and still here? You married him. It's because you found him and you married him real quick. You got him drunk.
No, none of that. Just love and self-love and doing the mirror exercise.
You keep saying that, but maybe you're one of those angry bitches that all the guys go to. That's where they're at. They're over at Keely's house knocking on the door. Is that what you did? You're just the mean old bitch that tricks him?
Nope, not that I know.
Not that I know of, huh? Okay. So you keep saying this mirror exercise thing. What's that?
It's the only tool you need to get into harmonious union.
Okay, but we've already covered all the tools and tricks that I can think of that gets your man around. It's not any of those normal tricks that everyone tries. That it. Okay, hold on. Did you settle? Is that the secret here?
No, it never gets boring. It's definitely not settling.
You didn't settle. Maybe he's your like secondary twin flame. That's not it. He's not just the guy who was hanging around and that was the one that you accept. He's like, okay, this is the best it's gonna be. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick this one because he's around.
No, he's the best.
He's the best.
He's the
Hopefully
best.
just the best for you. He's not the best man for everyone, and you got to fight everyone else off.
Right, just for me.
Are you fending off tons of girls for him? Does he have a bunch of mistresses going on?
Nope.
So he's loyal to you?
He's loyal and yeah, it's very easy.
He's your ideal guy.
Yes.
Okay, but maybe when you first met him and you first got married, he was your ideal guy. But now that you're married and you finding all those stinky habits, maybe he wears his socks twice by flipping them inside out. Has those weird habits that, man, it's kind of gross. You're starting to get used to. He's not that cool anymore.
No, he's amazing.
He's still amazing. Okay, but your relationship, it's probably getting boring at this point.
No, it's
No.
not. It's not getting boring at all. Yeah,
No.
it's great.
It's a good relationship. Okay, but it's as good as it's gonna get though. Like this is it. It's not gonna get any better than this, and maybe you'll outgrow it someday.
No, I know we're gonna have many more amazing experiences together.
Yeah, how do you know that? You got a bunch of date ideas. You got the book of 10,000 dates that you're working through.
No, because we grow together. So
Grow together.
yeah,
What do you
yeah,
like?
we're always on the
Force him
same
into a mold? And is this the most controlled guy of all time? He's the big. You're whipped. That's it. I got it. He's a whipped bro. You must got a big purse because he's the whole guy's in it.
Yeah. Well, no, maybe
No,
maybe in
That's
the
what a chick
past,
who had her
no,
in the past. You had him whipped, but not anymore. So that's a
Not-
secret.
no,
No, he's not the whipped guy.
no, he's definitely not. He's in love with me, but
Oh, he is in love with you.
yeah, he does love me
How'd
a
you get
lot.
him to do that?
I didn't have to do anything.
Okay. Well, what about all the other chicks out there who aren't having to do anything and their man's still running off?
Well, maybe they're with the wrong guy, or maybe they just need to heal.
Heal. What do you mean by that? How does healing have anything to do with the right guy?
Well, since we're one consciousness, all I have to do is heal the relationship with myself by using the mirror exercise.
Wait, you just said some woo woo stuff. Let's track back here. Let's track. Okay. I'm gonna ask you again because maybe that went over some people's head. Maybe it went over mine. I said, what does it have to do with healing? You said maybe they have to heal. Wrong guy, or many of them are sure they found the right one, and you're just saying they have to heal. How does that have anything to do with getting the right man? Do they need to do their makeup a little better? Heal means their lipstick's running off, and they use a little too much eyeshadow.
No, none of the outside stuff. It's all inside. Well, most of it's inside.
Most of it's inside. So what is outside?
Sometimes you have to actually, like talk to your person, right? You have to like
Okay.
express yourself, express your truth, but
Not just sitting in the dark corner writing mirror exercises out.
right.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you got to come out of that little corner and, live, have a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what?
Then you keep doing that. It's the same thing over and over again. You just keep loving yourself and healing the separation within yourself.
So hold on. You love yourself, you heal the separation within yourself, and that's it?
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes you have to express the love that you're finding within yourself. You have to actually like communicate what you're feeling to your twin flame and like express yourself.
Yeah, that's what she just said.
Yeah. I mean, you need to have a drive to love yourself, which we all do. So you just have to awaken to that desire to be with your one true love and to be with your creator.
So I'm pretty sure what I'm hearing you say is you said that you and your twin flame are one on the inside, and all you have to do is love and heal yourself, and you come together.
Yeah.
So how come all these people are doing the mirror exercise, and where's their twin flame? We only got 30 something harmonious unions have come together since you guys have. So
Yeah.
how come is it not, it's just some people it works for? There's only 144,000 twin flames. There's not one of the lucky ones who roll the dice. Oh, wasn't in the cards for me.
No, it's a process, and it's the process and the journey that really matters. It's sometimes easy to get caught up or tempting to get caught up in like the destination and being with your twin flame physically, but it's the process of purification that really does feel good and really can be fun.
What if it takes too long? What if it takes more than 2 weeks?
Well, time is an illusion. There's actually no
Oh,
separation.
don't tell me time is illusion. I gotta wait 2 weeks till my Invader Zim pop toy comes in.
Well, in truth, you're already with your twin flame. And
Okay, where they at?
What?
Where they at?
They're right here. They're within you.
Where? Within me. Okay, I
Yeah.
see what you're saying now. Yeah, that's true. Well, what if it takes years? You said it's a process. What if it
Mhm.
takes years?
It might, but it's about the process. It's about the journey. It's about the ascension.
Well, what if
It's
it's not worth it?
oh,
I'm
it's
5 years
definitely
in and doing mirror exercises every day. What if my twin flame never comes? What if it's not worth it?
well, they
What if it
definitely
takes 25 years?
yeah. It's definitely worth it. There is a price to pay, but
Mm.
the results is far better than the price you have to
Oh,
pay.
you got that man. He's still there. No ball and chain. I don't know why it wouldn't be worth it. So that's nice. So, what about you, Colby? I- how do you feel about this woman?
I feel like she's absolutely the woman of my dreams, and couldn't be with anybody else.
Wow. How do you know that?
It's a very deep knowing, that I feel like I've known her forever.
Mm.
And I also just feel like our relationship is perfect in every way.
Wow.
Whenever we hit a challenge, we're able to move through it together.
So
And so
perfect doesn't mean that she doesn't say snarky shit at you and piss you off.
no, that happens.
Okay. Okay. So that does happen. So how can it be perfect if she's saying snarky shit and you're getting mad about it?
Because we are willing to work through that.
Okay. And then you work through it and then she says the same snarky thing later on.
Yeah, well, what happens is we're able to always make progress. So we're
Okay.
never stuck in the same place twice.
So what do you mean by perfect then when you say perfect?
It allows me to fully be myself
Mm-hmm. So you're completely satisfied with it.
perfectly.
It's perfect for you.
Exactly.
That sounds nice. So how did you get that? Did she just come knock it up on your door and you're like, yep, come on in? Is that how you got harmonious union? Is that how you got your twin flame? Is it just that you were the unawakened one and you were waiting around in a room for her to come save you? Is that the story of twin flames coming together? That she comes and rescues him? It's not the other way around, that she's the knightess in shining armor? The divine feminine had to come home? That was the real story all along?
Well, sometimes it might look like that on the outside, but I was doing a lot of my own work to kind of prepare for the relationship without really knowing that's what I was doing.
Mhm.
And while she was doing kind of like the heavy lifting of the inner work and like
She
being a
was
part
pulling
of
all the strings behind the scenes. She's like, I know what to do to mess with you and bring you home. It's some voodoo shit.
I mean, kind of.
Kind of. It's voodoo then.
It's not voodoo, but it is spiritual in the sense that she was able to make choices for both of us.
You got me all excited thinking it was voodoo, saying kind of now. Now I'm all excited about that. So she makes choices for both of you. So she does have you in her purse.
It's not quite that way because she makes choices for both of us that are for both of our greater good.
Okay, so she's the dictator here, and just because for the greater good, then you're happy with it.
No, it's that
You're making the same choice.
yeah, we're making the same choices together.
Because you're one on the inside.
Exactly.
Because you're not, it might look like there's two different people here, but in actuality, you're two parts of one being.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, and that distinct caveat is the difference between a soulmate, someone you need from outside of you to come complete you and fill you up inside to fill all those nasty holes that you have. But what you're saying is, if you fill all those nasty holes yourself, then you're completing yourself. And in the process of completing yourself, you're attracting your one true love. You're saying that your twin flame is inside of you all along, and they've been inside of you. And then these, empty holes that you're trying to get your twin flame to fill or someone else to fill, it's not their responsibility to fill, it's for you to fill. But once you fill those holes by doing the mirror exercise, by loving yourself, then there's no more holes, and you can recognize that they were there with you all along, not the holes, but your twin flame.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's the actual process. So
Mhm.
to say that that's not the process, doing the mirror exercise and filling yourself up inside, is to say that this is not what the reality that you just described is not actual reality. It's just some fantasy made up reality. But the fact that it actually works, like just doing the mirror exercise and following that spiritual journey, and it results in harmonious union, because it works, it means that this reality that we've been painting at Twin Flames Universe is actually real. It's not just some fantasy, woo woo, spiritual, he said, she said, pull it out of the internet and put it together in some new fancy way. And that's the cool thing. So that's right. It's not because of that. It's actually like science. It's spiritual engineering. It's like, these are the elements of it. These are the components. This is how the system functions. And if you want this result, you do this thing to the system.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a scientific process.
Yeah.
Cool. So all you guys are Ascension coaches and you help people with this process.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so all you got to do is help them through the process of loving themselves. Sounds like kind of an easy job to me.
Yeah, it's great because we're going through the same stuff and we get to heal with our clients in the sessions, and it's just stuff that we would normally be doing anyway.
Mm-hmm. So all you do is help people love themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they pay you for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great deal.
Mhm.
It's a great deal. Can't they do that on their own? Why do they need an Ascension coach to help them love themselves and do the mirror exercise?
Yeah, it's really nice to have support.
Yeah.
To have someone who has been in your shoes or knows what you're going through or is a couple steps ahead of you to guide you.
Mm-hmm. Well, what if they're going through something that you've never been through as an Ascension coach? Then maybe you should send them off to someone else?
You don't have to, because the process is the same.
Hmm.
So you can just guide them through the mirror exercise.
So even though you guys aren't LGBTQ plus yourselves, you could still help LGBTQ plus people?
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
How is that the same as what you went through? How is that the same? Someone's with a same sex in a same sex union. How do you know how to handle that? How can you help someone like that?
Well, the process is all about coming into yourself, like surrendering to your true self.
Mm.
And we know how to do that. So no matter what it looks like on the outside, it's the same process on the inside.
So it's just about loving yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's a pretty simple and straightforward process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's nice to have someone to help you go through that process of loving yourself.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
And you're saying that the mirror exercise it can actually be fun. How is it fun to like be looking at all this nasty stuff inside of your heart and in your mind and your being?
I mean, sometimes it does kind of suck to have to go there, but once you're there and you're present with yourself, you feel relief, and the relief just deepens, and you experience miracles more and more in your life as you keep going.
Wait a minute, you get miracles from this?
Yeah, definitely. We experience miracles all the time.
Mhm.
Wow, like what?
Like
Anything,
like pretty much everything that we've been able to do, and like every step along the way has been kind of a miracle for us. Every single thing that we've had to have to support us has come through right when we needed it.
Wow.
And yeah, so lots of miracles just getting here to be in front of you today.
Wow. It sounds like you walk by miracles. Like your whole life is lived in miracles. It's not just a few miracles happen. It sounds like maybe you're a little shy about it, but like it's just a life of total miracles.
yeah.
So how do I get that?
Just have to love yourself. Yeah.
Probably hire an Ascension coach would help.
Yes, that would
Yeah.
definitely help. It will fast track your journey.
So how does someone get in touch with you or another Ascension coach? How does someone get an Ascension coach? And do you have to like, pay a bunch of money up front to find out if they're a good Ascension coach for you? How do you get started?
Well, it's really easy. You just go to our website. There's a tab on our website on twinflamesuniverse.com called Ascension Coaching,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get matched with an Ascension coach, or you
Wow.
can contact one from our website directly.
So there's a bunch of people, all the Ascension coaches are listed. You can click on their face, read out a little bit about them, and you can reach out to them directly if you like.
Yeah, you can if you'd like, and you can
Mhm.
check out their websites, you can check
Mhm.
out their offers, and
Mhm.
most Ascension coaches have like an introductory session that's pretty
Mhm.
inexpensive,
Mhm.
or sometimes free, depending on the coach. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. And I'm sure you could specify that in the box, what you're looking for if it's too much, because there's a lot of Ascension coaches. There's a lot of professionals who do this, and it might be daunting to pick one. And so that's why we have that box, right? You can, be matched. And as far as I understand, our team's pretty good at matching you with a good Ascension coach. And it's not about, well, Bonnie over here doesn't have any clients, so we'll send, it's not like that. It's what you're talking about is a perfect fit for this Ascension coach. I know all the Ascension coaches, and I know that you're going to be a great fit with this person. So don't feel daunted if you need an Ascension coach. We have a really solid system, and you can trust our people to match you with one that's going to be a great fit for you, right?
Yes. Yes,
Cool.
absolutely. They're very intuitive.
Mhm.
Well, it all sounds good, but it seems like maybe it's going to get pretty expensive having all this support. And, I know with a therapist, my insurance will pay for it, but insurance isn't going to cover this, is it?
No.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm on a budget. How am I going to afford to work with someone week after week? Because I know, there's a lot of expertise that goes into becoming an Ascension coach. It's a lot of work to provide someone with this emotional support. You have to handle your life in such a way that you can be there for your client every single time. How am I going to be able to afford an Ascension coach?
Well, the good thing about Ascension coaching is that it's designed to help you receive abundance. Loving yourself attracts more love and money into your life. So you can count on that working for you. Um, but it's also, I think, about valuing the service itself and valuing what it can do to you, because I mean, you can't put a price on your ultimate lover.
But what if I can't afford him?
You can. There's always a way. There's always a solution.
I can't sell my car. I've already got it's the cheapest reliable car, and I need it to get to work.
Well, do you want your car, or do you want your ultimate lover?
Well, I can't. You were trying to tell me to sell my car? I can't. I just told you I can't sell the car because it's the cheapest one that I that will function to get to work. I can't. Well, should I get on the bus now or become a master biker and bike 15 miles both way in the snow to work and back?
There might be ways you can cut out other expenses in your life, so you
So I
can
have to cut expenses to get an
perhaps.
Ascension
Sometimes,
coach.
yeah, sometimes other ways would be to get a new job, or
Get a new job.
Mhm.
Why would I do that for Ascension coaching?
Well, it's worth it.
It's worth
Like
it.
I said, you can't put a price on being with your twin flame and with them for the rest of your life. Like, that's invaluable. How much
So,
would you pay to do that?
well, I pay anything, but it's about what can I pay, and I need to eat, otherwise I can't be with my twin flame. I need to go to work, otherwise I can't eat. I need to pay rent, otherwise I can't be with my twin flame. What if I'm cutting it real close here? And I heard some of you guys are $45 an hour on up, so
Hmm.
that's $180 a month. How am I supposed to afford that? You saying get another job or maybe rely on one of these mysterious miracles?
No, you don't have to rely on a mysterious anything. You can you can do the mirror exercise and continue attracting your abundance through that process.
Okay.
That's
So
free.
what if I got like $45? I got like 40. I got it for my birthday. My mom gave it to me. I got $45. I'll tell you what if I put it into one Ascension coaching session? You're going to be able to turn that into 4?
Into 4?
4, yeah.
4.
Can you turn my $45 and one session into $180?
Well, I can't do that, but
Uh-huh.
you may be able to. You
I
may
might be able to. This
choose
sounds
that for
interesting.
yourself. Yeah.
I and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, because I know that for some people the money for Ascension coaching is really hard. And we have people. I mean, if there's people who live in India, for example, who are Ascension coaches certified, and they have very inexpensive prices, so that everyone from all countries should be able to afford working with you. And I highly recommend finding an Ascension coach that's right for you. And if you can afford just one session with an Ascension coach, we've seen it so many times that if you just get started, if you choose the path, if you choose to walk this Ascension path, if you choose your twin flame, you choose the support, God has every single time helped that person. And the hard part is not attracting that extra money. Money falls out of the sky for this stuff. It's not an exception to it's the rule. Money falls out of the sky. We've seen it happen so many times for you to be able to invest in Ascension coaching. Now, if you need that $45 to eat tomorrow, that's silly. Don't do that. What I'm saying is you should not be afraid of investing in one Ascension coaching session, one support session. And usually, if that's your problem, if you can't afford the next one, you and your Ascension coach will talk about what you need to do in order to create the support in your life to continue manifesting, the money, or continue having these sessions so that you can have the support to walk your twin flame Ascension journey. The problem we find is sometimes people get that money and they're like, okay, I choose my harmonious union. I choose to have support. I choose to have an Ascension coach. I choose to have Twin Flame Ascension School, which, by the way, if you sign up for Ascension School with your coach, they can usually give you extra free sessions to help you get going as well. So that's another way you can have free sessions. You can have support to get you started. The problem is when that money falls out of the sky or when that new job offer comes, you don't spend that money on something else. You spend it on why God sent it to you, and that was to support you on your Ascension journey. So be aware, the universe hears you, but it will mean you're going to have to take that step. You'll get the energy, but you have to invest it in that extra gig. You'll have the time open up, but you'll have to work at that new job, or you'll have to take that new opportunity, or you have to put down that expensive latte and make coffee at home in the morning. And really, it can be just that will pay for your Ascension coaching or Twin Flame Ascension School, or both. So you're saying it's worth it at the end, and your Ascension, as an Ascension coach, you can help people find that way to be able to continue to afford it. And you're giving me a bunch of examples. Sometimes it means downgrading the car. Sometimes it means cutting out the expense, and it'll be worth it. And sometimes it means changing jobs. Sometimes it means, have you seen this before, where your client has a bunch of money come to them like randomly and they can afford stuff now?
All the time. Yeah, it's a normal occurrence.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to talk, we got about 15 minutes here before we're going to start taking questions from the audience. But we're supposed to talk about the Ascension journey. Can you tell me what do twin flames have to do with Ascension?
Well, your twin flame is actually, the twin flame journey is an ascension path.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's an ascension path?
To me, it's really like awakening to yourself and to your creator.
Mm-hmm. Awakening to yourself and your creator. That was it. What do you mean by that? Colby, do you want to talk? Do you ever talk, Colby, or does she talk all the time?
I do talk a lot, but yeah.
To me, an ascension path is like a kind of like a structured path with certain practices you can use to get in touch with yourself and greater reality or God.
Greater reality. Is it, are we like in the Matrix or something? What do you mean by greater reality? The aliens watching over us?
Well, just what, the aspects of life and reality that are beyond like your everyday experience that you've been accustomed to.
Mm-hmm. So you're including like monks and priests and renunciates and yogis and all these spiritual, all the spiritual paths. You're talking whatever it is, that's an ascension path, whether it's meditation or yoga or bhakti or whatever it is. You're talking about a path to God.
Correct.
Okay, so an ascension path is a path to the divine, to unity, union consciousness, to Christ consciousness, to heaven, to your original state of perfection, to to perfection. So you're saying that that's an ascension path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
that's right.
and you were earlier talking about how your twin flame is perfect for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that is ascension. You're saying that you've attained something on your ascension path.
Yeah, your twin flame is like how you can come to know yourself in a really efficient and fast way.
Whoa. So what you're saying is it's an ascension path. So you guys of harmonious union, it's like a milestone on your ascension path. It means you've attained some sort of perfection.
Mm-hmm.
But like here on earth, like you didn't leave to do it.
Right.
So your ascension path means you get laid.
That's very true.
You don't have to be a renunciate and like be celibate. You probably should be celibate before you meet your twin flame, but we don't have to have all the celibacy in the world for our whole lifetime. We have celibacy just until we have our twin flame in our life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty marketable. I think that a lot of people would like that. You mean you get to have sex and be in an ascension path? That's great. Okay, hold on. I like to get clear. You're saying that an ascension path is a path to the divine, to your true divine nature, to the place where you're going to be happy, whole, complete, in a state of joy and love and perfection and bliss and ecstasy. And you can do yoga, you can be a Christian or a Muslim or a Buddhist or whatever your religion, then you follow that as your ascension path. You can be a Hinduist, you can be Hindu, whatever it is. And you can follow that religion, you can follow that ascension path to perfection, to your original state of being.
Hmm.
And you're saying twin flames is a different, it's like being a Christian, going to church, studying the Bible, loving Jesus Christ, and following, the 10 Commandments and everything that it means to be a Christian. You can do that, or you can also do twin flames.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these are ascension path. Meaning, if you don't like going to church, but you like twin flames, you can still ascend without church.
Correct.
But what if you like both? What if you're a devout Christian and you also want to like twin flames too? Do I have to pick? I should probably do Christian because that was there first.
Well,
I should do twin flames because that's a new one. What do I do?
Well, I think that you'll find that they're very complementary.
Complementary, but Christianity says no sex before marriage. Y'all are having sex.
Well, that's a particular interpretation of Christianity.
Oh, so what do you mean? So we can have sex if we're Christians now?
Yeah.
I gotta reinterpret Christianity in order. I see what you're doing. Be a little sly and sneaky here.
Yeah, well,
so you are being sly and sneaky.
No, not being
Okay.
sly and sneaky.
Okay, so what are you saying?
I think that what Jesus meant when he said no sex before marriage was don't have sex with someone other than your twin flame.
That's a whole lot of words to put into a bro's mouth. How can you say that?
Um, well, I think that, that's been my experience is that if I have sex with anyone besides my twin flame, it feels absolutely horrible.
Wow. But what if it feels good?
That's the part of you that's actually having a relationship with your twin flame. And
Uh-huh.
that's what we want to move closer to.
This all seems really complicated. So maybe I can step in and help you out here. Christianity is an ascension path. Twin flames are an ascension path. Do they conflict?
No.
No. So and I don't actually have to reinterpret what Jesus said or put words in his mouth in order to have both as an ascension path.
Right.
So I can
Right.
meditate too and be Christian. I can be a Buddhist meditating, Quran reading Christian unionist who follows the twin flame ascension path.
Mhm.
Okay. So the point is of an ascension path, just to move things along here, you're purifying your consciousness. And however you want to do it, it's done through love. And all these religions help you to love God and to have a discipline your spirit. And they teach you to love your neighbor. And this seems very simple, but the reality is that this is all that it takes. It's just loving yourself. And if you're loving yourself, you're filling your spirit up and you are purifying your consciousness, and it's going to bring you closer in harmony to the divine. So, twin flames being an ascension path means if you're working this process, you're going to fill yourself up inside. You're going to walk the path of ascension. And every path of ascension has its own gifts. For example, if you're a yogi and you read about this, read Paramahansa Yogananda's Autobiography of a Yogi, wildly popular book. And Yogananda talks about all this crazy shit that yogis do. They like teleport. They're like crazy shit. Like come back from the dead, like die for a half hour and then return back to consciousness. And Yogananda's not the only one saying this. You talk to like any super mastered yogi and they talk about yogis being able to do all this crazy shit. Like have superhuman, they're like X-Men people. And they have all these divine gifts. And they just sit there kind of like meditating. And you're like, what's meditating have to do with walking on water and teleporting and stuff, floating in the air? Well, these are the gifts of that ascension path. You don't do it for the gifts, right? But twin flames, also an ascension path. One of the gifts of the ascension path is really nice sex, like really, really, really good sex life that keeps getting better. It doesn't mean that every time you do it, it's better than the last time. It means that the relationship improves over time as you're walking this ascension path, and that this ascension path results in harmonious union. Like you can do your spiritual chores, whether it's, if you're a Muslim, you pray a certain amount of times a day facing Mecca, or you're a Christian, you go to church and you study the Bible and you follow the 10 Commandments and all these other things, or you're a Buddhist and you meditate and you follow the precepts, or, you're a Hinduist. All these principles that the religion offers you are steps to your ascension. If you follow the principles of your twin flame ascension path, you're going to get cool stuff like your harmonious union. So what you mean when we're talking about is when you say twin flames are an ascension path, what you're really saying is it's not I've heard this before. We've said this a lot. It's not about your twin flame. It's about the divine. It's about spirit. And when you let it be about spirit instead of your twin flame, because if you're pursuing your twin flame the way that you're supposed to pursue this path, like people do weird stuff, like illegal, like start stalking people or like creep on people or like, like creepy stuff, like uncomfortable stuff, like socially inappropriate shit that you should not be doing. You don't have to do any of that, because the truth is that you're supposed to be pursuing the divine. You're supposed to pursue the divine like any other spiritual path. But in the pursuit of the divine, on the unionist path, which is, twin flame unions, where it comes from, right? This is unionism is the religion of twin flames. It's the ascension path. It's the religion that houses the ascension path. So you're pursuing twin flames or twin flame union as an ascension path, knowing that as you continue doing your inner work, you're going to manifest your harmonious union. And before that, your twin flame. And you were saying, Colby, before, like they're a mirror and a tool for your ascension. They're a tool to help you get closer to God. And so all you have to do is find out where you feel bad, and they're helping you see that very clearly because it's really intense and amplified. And then you love yourself there. We're using the mirror exercise, like you said, the only tool. So let me just state this whole thing. It was supposed to be twin flames are an ascension. We're going to state the whole thing again. So twin flames are an ascension path to the divine. They're not some cool new relationship that you can attach yourself to. And it's not like a supercharged soulmate. It is in a way, but it comes not through the typical ways that you would attract a partner. However, you still need to know how to have a healthy relationship with the person and work on that in order to keep that person around. It sounds like, and then you're saying like you can manifest money on this path too. Like I got an executive home that's being in the process of being renovated and built up into an actual mansion. The one I was always talking about in Twin Flame Ascension School, by the way. Meaning the miracles of the twin flame ascension path are like material miracles, are miracles of material reality, meaning you get rich, you get laid, you get happier, you get more successful, things start working out for you like on earth. This is all like really powerful stuff, meaning you get your perfect partner, you get to marry your perfect person. That's a really cool ascension path. And it means that you stay on earth too, not leave for heaven, but it means that you're creating heaven right here in your physical reality. And whatever doesn't feel good, well, I can do the mirror exercise. And if I'm still not able to work through it, I work with my ascension coach. That's pretty cool. Cool. So, you guys did that so much that you now have harmonious union.
Yeah.
And I heard that you guys have a Mercedes Benz. Was that a rumor?
No.
We do.
You have a Mercedes Benz? Is it an old one? Kind of one from Europe that was imported with one of the wheels falling off, kind of Mercedes Benz?
No.
No wheels falling off. It's the real deal.
Yeah.
A real deal. What kind of Mercedes Benz you got? The people want to know.
It's a GLK 350.
What's that mean?
It's like a crossover SUV kind of thing. It's like a smaller SUV.
I've seen it. It's pretty sick. It's like pretty new too. It's not like some old thing.
Yeah, it's pretty new. Yeah, it's very nice inside. It runs very well and it feels great to be inside.
But it's got cloth seats though, right?
No, it's got leather seats.
Oh, leather seats.
Leather.
So you got a sweet car. You guys are married to your perfect person. You probably got to work a shitty job. No, you said you work as ascension coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
sounds like yeah. So like you got some inheritance or something that you could buy those nice leather chairs you're sitting on, and the nice room, these nice clothes, and these nice haircuts, and this nice makeup, and this nice jewelry that you got on, the Twin Flames Universe merch, and all the pictures. That's all coming from you. You guys are trust fund kids. Your daddy be paying for that shit.
Nope. We work for it.
You work for it. What do you got? Some skeezy job? Are you a hooker, Colby?
Not last time I checked. No.
Last time I checked. So what do you do to manifest all this money in your life? How do you have such a successful, life? You guys are like in your 20s. Aren't you a little young to be driving a Benz and not be having a trust fund?
No. No.
For normal standards, maybe, but
What kind of standards do you live by?
I mean, I don't live by those standards, but
Oh, okay. You do it by Ascension coaching.
Yeah, we love people. We give a lot to our clients, and
So you're ripping off people. That's how you got the Benz.
no,
nope.
we're giving people beautiful gifts with this work and helping them achieve what they want and helping them achieve their perfect life with their lover and their beautiful car and beautiful home if that's something they desire.
Mm-hmm. So you're helping people live a beautiful life, and they're living beautiful lives, or are you the only one?
No, our clients are doing great. Yeah.
What if they're not Ascension coaches?
What if they are not?
Yeah, what if they're not Ascension coaches? Are they still living beautiful lives?
Yeah, they have a variety of different life purposes, and some of them are not Ascension coaches. Some of them are working like what you would consider a regular day job,
Mhm.
but they're still receiving so much from their life because of this work.
So you don't need to be an Ascension coach to live a beautiful life and receive Ascension coaching, and you don't have to want to be an Ascension coach, and you can still be very successful using this spiritual path and these spiritual tools to create success and joy and love and miracles in your life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow, sounds like you recommend it.
Yes.
Very strongly.
Yes.
Good. So thank you. These guys are my students, as we said at the beginning. And they're not my only students who are having great success in their lives. As a result of this work, you can too. You don't need to become an Ascension coach. You just need to do that. You don't need to have an Ascension coach. You don't need to get Twin Flame Ascension School. You don't even need to buy my book. You could do this all for free if you wanted to. The reason we have stuff that you pay for is because you find that as you're walking this path, you want a lot more support doing it. And that support costs money, and it's very, very valuable. And you can invest in these things that help supercharge your life, that you can walk the spiritual path, that you can be close to the divine, and you can have it all, and you don't need to wait until the end of your life when you die and hopefully go to heaven. But you can create heaven right now, piece by piece, by using these spiritual tools that we provide. So thank you very much, Colby and Keely, for joining us and for all the beautiful things you had to share. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
All right. God bless. Namaste.
Yeah.
And now is the time in the show when you get to ask your questions. I know some of you have already smart to this and you're already asking your question right now. I'm going to go over to the Facebook forum and Twin Flames Universe Open Forum where we're live streaming this. You're over on YouTube. You got to check that link below. Just get yourself in the forum. It's an awesome place. You can observe, you can hang out, you can ask questions, you can make friends. Cool place to be. So over there in the open forum right now, I'm going to hit my refresh button on my other tab here, and we're going to look at, we got questions. Let's check out these questions. 99 comments. Look at you, 100 comments. Oh, they be coming in already. Show me them questions. And if you didn't get your question answered last week, come back again. Ask it. I will do my best, and we're going to get to you. Okay. So, yeah, thank you. Kushbu says, my question is, we have a longer question. It's okay. Kushbu Jane, hi. My question is, what if after having so much deep chemistry and great sexual connection with my twin flame, still my twin flame doesn't believe we are twin flames? And sad face. And whenever I initiate this topic, it brings out a fight between us. He gets mad at me, starts to yell, blames me for bringing out this anger in him. Also, he says you and I cannot be there forever because he feels responsibility towards his karmic partner. Talking about karmic partners last week, right? And could not leave her. How to mirror this? Mainly when we have sex with each other, it brings out our more deepest issues, but sex feels so great, like real twin flame sex. Both of us can heal for the next few days. Sounds like, Kushbu, you're more interested in sex than the ascension path. And if you focus on the ascension path, You're not attached to any of these issues. You know, and you trust in the work to bring you your harmonious union, to bring you that ultimate sexual relationship that you desire and that you can have. And you will have when you walk the path. But it's not sex first. It's not twin flame first. It's God first. It's the divine first. It's spirit first. And when you focus on that first, then you're going to have a beautiful, healthy sexual relationship with your twin flame. So your twin flame person is reflecting this back to you, that you're putting everything on him rather than on the divine, rather than on God. So my suggestion to you would be to focus on God and focus on the work and focus on that path. And that will lead you to your harmonious union. Cool. Great question. Thanks for asking, Kushbu. Let's see. Aprajita Bagchi. Please pardon me while I learn how to pronounce your name. How do I release fear and judgment of society and family? Well, this is part of the ascension process. Everything that you do and everything that you are, you create a vibration. You're a vibrational being. And so if you have been vibrating in a certain way for a long period of time, you get very used to that vibration, even if that vibration has been a vibration of discomfort. Say you're very comfortable in an abusive relationship, or very comfortable, like being numbed out through drugs or alcohol or sex or sleep or work or whatever it is. You get comfortable with that thing, that poison, because you've been vibrating in it, you're used to it. And once you start to vibrate in a new way, it's challenging because, we're creatures of habit. We like having the same thing over and over again. We get comfortable resonating at that same frequency. But part of the beginning of the ascension process is recognizing that you need to change. And as you start to vibrate at a new frequency, your reality is going to start to vibrate at you. It's going to start to ask you, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to change? Are you sure you want to do something different? Don't you like the way that it used to be? Well, it's asking, and your friends and family and the people in your life are reflecting to you, hey, you used to be this way and I was comfortable with that. Are you sure you want to change? Because I'm not so comfortable with change. It's not about you that they're saying, it's about them. But the part that is about you is what they're reflecting to you, how you feel about what they're saying. And they're bringing up probably judgment, your self-judgment, bringing up fears. So you need to address those judgments and those fears within yourself. You don't avoid, you don't deny, you don't shut them out. No, I will not hear what you have to say. First, you must address them. Then you can address that person. Well, you think that I'm doing something ridiculous when in actuality, I am loving myself. Then there's nothing ridiculous about that. So you think there's still something ridiculous about that? Well, it's ridiculous to love yourself because then you can't be afraid. Well, I don't agree with you, and I acknowledge that I don't agree with you. And that's where we sit. You are in disagreement with me, and I am in agreement with me, and I accept that. So it's just a process, aprajita, of awakening. And as you start to wake up, you're going to start to become aware of feelings that were always there, but that you weren't necessarily aware of. And once you become aware of them, you must address them, because this is a relationship with the universe that you're having between yourself and reality. And when the universe is communicating to you these things, you address them, and that starts to begin the process of changing your reality. Here, I'm going to move this over. Shaleia would be proud. It begins the process of changing your reality. And that's a spiritual journey. It's a vibrational journey you must take. And as you take that vibrational journey, things fall away, things change, new things arise, new opportunities come, and you have to say yes to that new vibration and no to the old one. You have to let go of, you have to detach from, you have to move into. So other than that, I would just use the mirror exercise to address all those issues. So thank you very much for your question. So let's see here. Ashley Nicole says, how do you overcome a long distance relationship if your twin flame is in another country? It's extremely hard being away from one another. Also, how do you overcome fear of judgment from family about it? Great question, Ashley. Thank you for asking. So it's not fun to have a long distance relationship. A long distance relationship is meant to be a temporary thing. A relationship cannot indefinitely sustain long distance. And maybe it's your family preventing you from coming close together with your twin flame. Maybe, maybe it's judgment, your own judgment that prevents you from coming together with your twin flame. If you really believe that this person is your twin flame, you know that in your heart, and you know that you're supposed to be together, then you need to work through all the blocks and barriers that arise. And this is very normal. This is normal in the twin flame ascension journey process. You have like phases or stages to this, right? And you can neatly point them out, but it's going to be different from every person. The journey is reflecting to you. You have, an issue, a block, right? It's gone so far. You know who your twin flame is. You've identified your twin flame. You've come so far on the journey, but there's more to go. And so maybe you can't just fly over there. Maybe you can't just live together for whatever reason, or maybe you can. Maybe it's just a little decision you make. But whatever it is, you work through it within yourself, and you take those steps forward. You love yourself. You move forward. How do you overcome fear of judgment from your family about it? Well, first you have to address it, and you have to address it within yourself. If you have not addressed it within yourself, their judgment will have power over you because you haven't addressed it in yourself. And it's an opportunity to address it within yourself. But once it's addressed, the judgment has no power anymore, and it falls away. So hopefully this helps. Let's move on here to, Deb is answering your question. Look at that. Cool. So Mayan Pal, Mayan Pal. Names. You guys are from all over the world, from so many different languages. So I hope you'll forgive me. I'm here in America, and I have my own way of saying things, and I'm just going to do my best. So I hope that you will forgive me. So Mayan Paul, I know there's always a chance to unite with my twin, but I still feel that because I begged him to come back to me, that made him run away from me completely, and I lost him. How do I create a feeling of trust in our union after all that? First, you must trust yourself. Oh, I just saw Eileen said, I would move to the moon for my twin flame. Amen. That's the attitude. My impulse, how do I create a feeling of trust in our union? First, you have to trust yourself. If you can trust yourself, then you're going to build trust in your life. First, you have to go within. You're still looking to your twin flame. You're looking to him, and you're blaming yourself for messing it up. And furthermore, you feel like your hope, your justice, your union is outside of you. But it's not. As we just saw Colby and Keely talk about today, it's an inner journey. It's an ascension path. And as you walk that ascension path, you're going to move closer and closer and closer to not just your harmonious union, but to all your good, your riches, your wealth, your success, your purpose, your everything. All that comes to you as you walk your ascension journey, as you love yourself first within. So if you start treating it like an ascension path, you let go of him. You recognize that even though you have all these feelings, you have discipline about them. Even though you want him, you recognize that you want something within, you want a feeling within him, you want an experience, you want the divine in him. And you pursue only the divine. You recognize only the divine will make you satisfied, and that lives within you. When you pursue that thing, that living thing, that's God. Not the twin flame, not the feeling. The feeling leads to God, leads to the divine, leads to spirit, leads to the source of love. And that pursuit of that will bring you all fulfillment. And that takes trust, that takes faith. You can't control anymore. You can no longer try to get something from outside of yourself following the twin flame ascension path. You must get it from within. And as you walk this path, it will prove itself to you. There'll be many examples. So surrender control. Look within. Okay. Gypsy Rosas says, what if my twin flame is not wanting to talk to me? How can I do to talk to them? Very common. Twin flames not talking to me. Well, there's a boundary there. You cannot force them to talk to you, but they are reflecting within yourself where you're not communicating with yourself. This is the path. This is the mirror that they talk about. We talk about in twin flames. It's a mirror. And that mirror reflects what's going on inside of you. If you're not happy with what's going on out there, you use the mirror exercise. This is why it's called the mirror exercise. It's a tool for, using this experience of that mirroring to go within yourself and to heal yourself, to heal that right there. So when you do the mirror exercise on this, you're going to find that you feel much better. So let go of control and heal yourself. So there are so many more questions that I'd love to answer. I'm looking forward to speaking with you, to answering more questions. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Please, if you didn't get your question answered this week, bring it back next week. Hopefully I will get to it. I'm just scrolling through and God is pointing out the right one. So if you just keep coming back and you keep asking the question, eventually I'll be able to get it to you. If that's not satisfying enough for you, you can ask it, just ask it to everyone. And there's certified Ascension coaches who will answer you as well in the Twin Flames Universe Open Forum. So thank you all so much for joining me for another Twin Flames live talk show. We will see you hopefully next week. God bless and namaste. Take care.